What's up guys, this is Thomas, and in today's video we are talking about the topic that the bears are back, that the prices are going back to the downside and what that means, what potentially is happening next. And to do that we will take a look into several different data sources. But before we are getting started, make sure to leave a like and a comment for the algorithm so more people can see this, and also make sure to smash that subscribe button so you will not miss any future update videos. And without further ado, let's get straight into this. So here you can see we have talked about this bullish flag that we have formed. We have made a nice breakout, and right now we are retesting it. And if we are zooming in a little bit more, we can see that we are actually below this support line right now as I'm making this video. Of course, the daily candle can change, and it's nothing that is impossible that we are jumping up right here several $100. You know, that can happen in just a tick. So the day is not closed yet, but as I said, we will take a look into some more data points to see what potentially is going to happen in the future. But before we are taking a look into these data points, first let me also mention this one right here. When I'm anyways doing this update video, here there is an update on my waves trade. You remember that I have bought back in right here, so where the red line is, there I've swapped my BTT, my BitTorrent, and put that into waves, and then here made the 110% profit. Sold it, you can see it right here at 9.24, and I sold 70%, and today I sold the last 30%. You can see this right here. That is my Patreon account. There I've posted this, and here you can see the position that I'm talking about is waves. Here I have sold the remaining 30% at $9.36, so pretty exactly where we are right now. And right now we are getting to the topic why I have done this and what I'm expecting for the future and what are my plans for the future. So let's get straight into this. The first thing that we are checking out here is the Fear and Greed Index. You know, we have watched this several times. We are at historical low levels, and it's really unique. The situation that we're currently having in the Fear and Greed Index is unique because we have never stayed this long in these low levels without a bounce in the Fear and Greed Index. You know, we have this, or you can see that we have these small bounces right here. Here also these 2 days where we have bounced from 10 to 16 and 17, but no bounces above 20, 25, something like this. And you know, we have watched in the historical chart right here, so you can see this one was the COVID crisis. Here we also had these very low levels also for quite some time. You can see right here basically from the 12th, 13th of March till basically the 20th of April. So that is a little bit more than 1 month, so 1 month and 1 week. But you can see here we had bounces to, that is also bounce to the 14 level, so that is something we also see right now. But here we also have a bounce to the 20, 22 level, and that is something that we don't have right here. Then we also had a similar situation here in November, December 2018. So that was at the bottom of the last bear market. Probably you remember that. Here we had almost 1 month of sideways ranging. So from the 22nd of November till the 17th of December. So that is a little bit less than 1 month. But you can see here we also had bigger jumps than we are having it right now. And that are the only 2 examples where we had these very low levels in the Fear and Greed Index that we are having right now for such a consistent time. As I said, this time it is even a little bit worse or different because here we are not making that big bounces in the Fear and Greed Index, and we are staying at these lower levels more consistently than in these 2 examples that I've just showed. The thing is that here we had, as I said, 1 month and 1 week, here a little bit less than 1 month, and currently you can see this right here. If we are taking this as the first day, or let's take this as the first day where we were at the 11 levels, and that was the 9th of May, so that is almost 1 month. So right now we can compare the time horizon to this one right here in 2018, but if you would compare it here to March 2020, so after the COVID crash, then there would still be some time left. that means potentially, if we are comparing this to this one, there could be another 1.5 2 weeks that we are staying at these very low levels in the fear and greed index. The next thing I want to take a look at is the Bitcoin longs. Here we have also talked about this several times. For the people that have missed this, let me quickly pick you up to that you know what's going on. So here we have this example that we had in the last summer correction. So you can see right here, orange line is the Bitcoin price and the candles are the Bitcoin longs on Bitfinex. And here in the last summer correction, we had it that the price was moving to the downside while the longs were increasing, and at a certain time we have decreased in the long positions, and that was pretty much the bottom of this correction, and then the longs were sold into a rising or increasing price right here. And the first part, so basically this part right here, or not exactly this part, so till here, that is the thing that we are also currently seeing right here. So with rising long positions, we have a decline in the price. So that is the thing that we are currently seeing. And maybe you remember I've also showed that in some of the last videos, that here, oh, I don't want to draw this line, that here we had also a time where we have slowed down, but then we have continued to slowly increasing till a certain point of time, and then we have decreased. And this one right here, so if we compare that, you know, it's never exactly the same as in the past, but the past can give us a good indication what potentially could happen in the future. Same as here in the fear and greed index, it is very unlikely that we will exactly do the same as here or here, so from the time perspective, but this can give us an indication of how long it could be potentially possible or is likely that we are staying in these low levels in the fear and greed index. And also this one right here could give us a good indication of how long it will take till the longs are starting to decrease again. And here from the first point where we have started to basically go sideways and just continue to increase slowly, that were 27 days. And you can see right here we have something similar. So here parabolic increases, and from here on we are basically going sideways right now, slowly increasing, and we are in here for 20 days right now. So this would mean there would potentially be another 7 days that it will take till this one here is rolling over and starting to decrease again. That will be very interesting to see if that really is playing out, because that is also pretty much playing along with the fear and greed index. You know, we are in here for almost 1 month, put another week on top of that, and we are pretty exactly in the range of 1 month and a little bit. So like here we had after the COVID crash. So that will be pretty interesting to see. Also, another thing that is still very elevated is the smart money confidence. So how confident is the smart money right now in the market? This is of course in the S&P 500, but you know that the stock market and the crypto market is very correlated. So likely when the stock market is doing well, cryptos will also do well. On the other hand, if the stock market is not doing well, also crypto will also not doing well. So this one right here is very elevated still, which is a positive sign for the market, but doesn't have to mean that we are turning around immediately. Like for example, you have seen it right here. Here we were also very elevated and still the correction was not over. So it could be a potential sign, but it doesn't have to mean that right now, just because we are elevated in this indicator, we are turning around immediately. Pretty much the same as in the fear and greed index. Just because we are hitting a very low level doesn't mean we have to turn around immediately. And right now let me get back here to the Waves trade and tell you why I have done what I have done. The thing right here is that 100% profit, or even a little bit more right here. The first 70% is 110% profit, the last 30% even a little bit more, and that in just 3 for the first half in 3 days, the other one in 5 days. That are some very big gains in a risk on market environment. And the thing is also, as I mentioned, we are still in a risk on market environment. even if the signs are there that we are making a potential bigger retracement at least, or maybe even starting a new move to the upside. So that is something that could potentially happen. For example, if we are taking a look into the DXY, that it has started to decrease again is a very nice sign. Euro USD has held its support level, so this one right here, so Euro USD and DXY, so these two right here are also inverted correlated, which means that the euro is making 60% of the DXY, and if the DXY is falling, that is good for the equity market. Then also in the stock market we have seen some nice gains. Right now also we are seeing a big red candle evaporating all the profits from yesterday, but still the Dow Jones Transportation is not hit by that as much as the Nasdaq or the Dow Jones, which is also a positive sign. You know, we have talked about it, that the transportation index is a leading indicator because goods have always to be transported, and if this index is doing fine, it can also be a good sign for the economy. And here we have jumped back up above this important support zone, so that is still a positive sign. And now back to waves. The thing right here is that I think that this is not it. So this move to the upside, very likely that's not it, because this move is pretty small. I know right now it's looking big, but the logarithmic scale is on. If I'm turning that off, you will see this move is indeed pretty small. It's 110%, even a little bit more, but compared to what we have dropped before, it's still pretty small, and it would be likely that we see some sort of continuation right here. However, we are still in a risk on market environment, and right now we have weak candles here. That one right here was the first weak daily candle, and right now we have 2, 3, 4 weak daily candles, which could be a potential turning signal. Plus there is also one more very important factor, and that is this one right here, which I've also posted right here on Patreon. That is the buyer index. You know, this one right here is our self-developed indicator that is showing us how many buyers are in the market. If there are very few buyers in the market, like here after the COVID crash, very positive sign, means there is a lot of potential in the market. If the levels are very elevated, this is meaning there are too many buyers in the market, which is giving a warning sign for a potentially upcoming bigger correction, like right here in April and March 2021, or here also before the COVID crash. And right now you can see we are here where the red line is, that is exactly at the -60 levels, which means there is a lot of upside potential, but we are still stuck in this sideways range right here. So that means also there is just very little interest in this market, and so far we have not left it. We are still stuck right here. There are no signs of an increasing interest in the market, which is also meaning, if you are taking a look into the last months right here where we were stuck in these levels, and also just opening the BTC chart right here, that gains we are making, you can see it right here, right here, right here, and right here, that these gains get wiped out very fast. You can also see it right here, nice move to the upside, and then all the gains are lost again from this nice green candle. So that is the market environment we are still in, and that the buyer index is still showing us. And that is why I'm taking the risk from this trade right here off the table, and have cashed in all the profits that I've made with this trade, because I think that the likelihood for a correction right here has increased, and my trading rules are telling me that I should then not be in this position anymore, and that is exactly what I'm doing. Also very important, let me get to the point again. So it is not the case that I'm expecting that the market is crashing down right now. So that is not what I'm saying, and that is also not what I'm expecting. As in the data that I've just showed you right here in the Fear and Greed Index, and also in the Smart Money, and also in the Bitcoin longs, there are good signs for a potential move to the upside or a bigger move to the upside. But as the data is also showing, there could be some more time in which we could potentially deal with some moves like this one right here, and that we are not straight moving back to the upside. So that is something we have to also put into our calculation right here. And this one right here, so the buyer index, is also showing that so far we are not ready for a bigger move to the upside, and that are the reasons why I have closed this position right here, this trading position, completely. And right now I am waiting for a re-entry in the market. As I said, I think this move right here is not over, so that would really surprise me, because you can see how small this move is. And even if we are in these bad market environments, you know, markets usually not move in a straight direction forever. So you can see this right here, we have moved up basically straight, but not forever. And also here we will not continue to move down forever. There are some moves to the upside, and this one right here, as I said, is pretty small, so I would expect more upside right here, but first more downside, a correction. And when this correction has hit and is over, then of course I'm trying to re-enter this position, maybe also in different coins, to catch some nice profits in the market. And if you want to follow me and get all these updates, then I would suggest to you to hop over to my Patreon Gold Dust Professional tier. There you get all the information, so every time I'm doing something you will get notified and you will not miss anything. That is the first link in the video description. And that's already it for this video. In case you liked it, as I said in the beginning, would be nice if you leave a like and a comment for the algorithm, so more people can see this. And right now I would say we will see each other in the next one, and as always guys, have a nice day.